Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today with a Borderlands 3 discussion video. Today we are going to be focusing on the sirens of the Borderlands universe and what role they will be playing in Borderlands 3. The following discussion topic came to mind when I was of course scouring Randy Pitchford's Twitter account looking for Borderlands 3 related information, and he answered a question from a Borderlands fan who asked, "So random thought, how did Handsome Jack or anyone else know there can only be 6 sirens at one time?" Randy Pitchford responds with, "I don't think that has been revealed. Clearly Jack knew a lot more than most about vaults, sirens, iridians, etc." Now this Borderlands 3 discussion video will be full of Borderlands 1 and 2 spoilers, so do keep that in mind before watching on further in case you plan on playing either of those titles. Breaking down what we know about the sirens in the Borderlands universe, since there can only be 6 at one time, we only know of 4. There is Maya, Lilith, who are playable sirens. One is in Borderlands 1, one is in Borderlands 2. Then we have Angel, who's our little voice in our head almost throughout 2 Borderlands games until sadly she passes away, and it turns out that she was related to Jack. Lastly is Commandant Steele, who passes away in Borderlands 1. Now her situation is interesting because she is the primary antagonist of Borderlands 1, and you really don't hear directly that she is a siren, but based off her tattoos, which every siren has, as well as her ability to put together vault key fragments, we can safely assume she is a siren. So we have 4 in the mix, 2 down. That means there's 2 remaining. And if Borderlands is to continue following the trend, then I imagine it's safe to say Borderlands 3 will have a playable siren character. I know for most that was a safe assumption, but when we really take a look at the Borderlands universe, the situation with the sirens, and the fact that it should likely continue on, then we can at least have one more siren as a playable character. And what could that 6th siren be? Maybe another antagonist? A similar anti-hero almost role like Angel, although I think that would get a little repetitive personally. Maybe we don't even meet the 6th siren during Borderlands 3. There has been a lot of speculation based off the clothing that Patricia Tannis wears that maybe she is a siren hidden away, based off Patricia's attraction to iridium, as well as the fact that she's always fully clothed from top to bottom. You can assume maybe she's trying to suppress her siren ability or siren side. I'm not entirely sure, but still, it's just a good theory if anything. I think out of all the narrative options we have laid in front of us, that would be the most appealing option, is to have this twist of a character who's been a main character in Borderlands 1, then kind of a side character in 2, but you can tell she has a big future in the Borderlands franchise and she turns out to be something more than you could have ever imagined in Borderlands 3. That'd be really interesting. But getting off topic here, now we know the situation with sirens in the Borderlands universe, and more importantly, I think it's safe to narrow down that we'll have at least one playable siren in Borderlands 3. Furthermore, this tweet from Randy Pitchford hints that Jack knew a lot more than most, so perhaps some of his story will continue on in some way, shape, or form in Borderlands 3. I mean, he did have a doppelganger in the pre-sequel. Maybe somehow we have another doppelganger who helps continue that part of his story onwards. It's really exciting just to discuss the future of Borderlands because there's so many avenues this team can take, and I know they're going to take full advantage of it. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments down below. So fire away, ladies and gentlemen. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that as it fuels all the content we create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.